Good morning, my name is Sandra Smith and today I'll be talking about the Masters Home Improvement failure, focusing on the figures that have been provided in the Woolworths Group annual reports and show the significant losses that contributed to the downfall of the chain. I'll look at announcements and see where directors' opinion changed as they realised the company wouldn't be as successful as originally planned and led to their stores going from this to empty lots such as this. The original concept to join the hardware market was announced by Woolworths in 2009, and in their 2011 report they had 2 stores ready to open with 19 under construction. Their plan began with 150 stores to open over 5 years with the hope to break even by 2015. They targeted their advertising campaign towards women with clean and bright stores and a strong focus on customer service and lower prices. As you can imagine, news outlets were excited with the buzz of the Woolworths vs Wesfarmers battle expansion, with the focus being on the inevitable price war between the competitors as advantageous for the customer. Although there was an overwhelming benefit for the customer, there was also concern for small business. In 2012, 15 stores opened, showing losses of $117.4 million due to the quick expansion. Yet there was 10,000 visitors a day reported in their new stores, so it was showing good signs. However, their original plan of 150 stores over 5 years has now dropped to 100, and news is still focused around the hype for the new store openings and cheap prices. In 2013, their plan of 30 store openings was short-lived, with only 16 opening and 18 planned for the coming year. Their advertising focused on prices and they sponsored the TV show House Rules, which provided national exposure. They began online retailing and were rewarded Best New Online Retailer at the Online Retail Awards. None of this helped for profit's sake, and although losses were planned to slow down this year, their losses increased 33.4% to $156.6 million. 2014 saw sales up by 42%, which were lower than expected, and the competitive market being to blame. The 18 new stores did open as planned, bringing the total to 49. They started a new advertising campaign, yet losses still increased with $176 million recorded for the year. This is where the plan starts to unravel. Woolworths appoints a new managing director and general managers. Their plan slows down with only 10 to 15 stores to open per year over the next few years. 2015 saw the effect of the significant changes to senior management at Woolworths. They sourced new ranges for the store, they introduced a promising new format to selected stores with a plan to roll out this format in existing stores. There are 58 stores open, with 8 opening over the year. The media focused their attention on the losses reported and the changes in management. None of this media attention was helped by another large loss for the year, jumping up 39.5% to $245.6 million, which was blamed on the new format rollout. Here you can see a trend of increasing losses and decreasing store openings. The new management are attempting to improve the situation, yet the market just seems too competitive. They tried to execute such a quick expansion, they fell into trouble where they overexpanded. Let's look at Bunnings' profits over this time, and I've included 10 years in this graph to notice the effect Masters had. You can see a drop in profits in 2012 with a small increase in 2013, yet this seems insignificant and Bunnings' profits only continue to rise. Woolworths endeavoured to take a share of Bunnings' profits, yet they just cemented Bunnings' place in the home improvement sector and alienated themselves. In August 2016, Masters announced their closure that was set to happen December 16. Interestingly, it was the first year they had fewer losses than the previous year, although the clearance activity was held responsible for this and they still realised losses of $233.5 million. This brings the total to about $930 million. These losses filtered through to the rest of the Woolworths Group and they had a large loss for the year. Shareholders appear to agree with the closure as share prices spiked after the announcement. Woolworths made a few errors in directing advertising campaigns towards females. In an industry centred around tradesmen and handymen, although women work in these fields, it is a predominantly male industry, with trades bringing continual business that their target consumer just didn't have. It could be said that Masters was brought in too late in the game to make an impact on Bunnings, with Bunnings already holding prime position in the marketplace. In conclusion, you can see that with the continual significant increase in losses that Masters brought to the Woolworths Group, it didn't end up being a viable company and resulted in the corporate failure of the Masters home improvement chain. By bringing in a new management team, they attempted to remedy the situation to no avail, and ultimately Woolworths were forced to close the doors on Masters after 5 years of operation, with losses amounting to nearly $1 billion. They attempted to overexpand that cost them and the shareholders greatly. Woolworths can now focus on the profitable sectors of their corporation to make up for the losses they received in the Masters failure. My name again is Sandra Smith. Please see my references here. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.